ProMaster City Axle, CV Axle. It is popping, making a clicking noise, making all kind of racket. It is obviously messed up, and I'll show you how bad it is when I pull it out. So I'm going to show you how to replace it on this 2016, well actually any ProMaster City, and how quickly you can do it. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a big old socket here, and this is a 36mm socket to take that nut off. You're going to need a brake tool, which is this hex, which is a 7mm Allen hex. We have a 13mm to break the bolts off the caliper bracket. And then you're going to need a 17, actually an 18 and a 19. 18 and 19 for the steering knuckle to take that off. And then just maybe a long screwdriver, and absolutely one of these, a wrench. So we're going to start by taking the brakes off and propping this brake caliper up here with a zip tie so it gets out of the way. I've already removed the brake caliper, so if you want to see a video on that, just look in my videos. You'll see where I've already replaced the brakes on this. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the brake caliper bracket. Now you're going to want to use one of these multi-point sockets, like a 12-point, because you got these weird looking bolts back here, and a regular socket just won't do. So this is a 13mm, and there's two of them. So you're going to want to slowly, manually pull this off. Now I've done this with a my impact wrench and almost stripped it out. So that's why I'm saying do it manually and just do it nice and slow. Okay, there we go. It's amazing they use 13mm on this, because normally you need a much bigger nut. Okay, so 13mm, and you'll be able to remove the two brake caliper mounting bolts. This brake rotor is being held on by this stud right here. It just helps align the tire when you go to put it on. It's a 12mm, and it doesn't take much to break it loose. I mean, that was just barely on there. You can see now that my rotor is off. The next thing we have to deal with is this big massive nut. It's a 36mm, but before I can break it off of there, you'll notice they've actually bent that in. It locks into this place here, so it's kind of a safety. It's not just one, it's two. So before I can use my socket to break that off, I've got to lift that up. And I'll take a screwdriver that I really don't care about much anymore, and a hammer, and I will just tap it in there and bend up. Now you may have a tool that's specifically for this, but this is what I have. So I'll just take one and try not to put so much pressure on here that you break your screwdriver or whatever you're using to get up in here. This was being such a pain, I had to go ahead and take the grinder and grind those two pieces off. I'm not worried about hurting the CV axle shaft that comes out here. I was trying to be careful around the hub, but I got enough of the metal off that now I can finally take this off. And every CV axle should come with a new one of these. Okay, now that we finally got that thing off, you notice there's some room right here. Good news. Now, I'm going to have to break these two steering knuckles, bolts off of here, and lay this to the side. I'll be able to pull the CV axle out. So that's what I intend to do right now. So this is going to be a 18 on this side where the nut is, and then it's going to be a 19, or excuse me, yeah, a 19 on this end. So I'm going to take a big ratchet, hold it on this side, and then use my tool to twist it off on the other end. Get in there and hold on. One, and then number two. And then we're almost done. We're about to pull this thing off in a little bit. you might be able to push these bolts through, or you take your hammer and carefully, without mangling the threads, just tap it out. All right. You may have to wiggle. You'll get these out. Come on. Okay, lay them to the side. Don't lose them. Now, you see all these wires kind of just hanging here and everywhere. Instead of unhooking them, I'm just going to, you see this right here, I'm just going to slide it out to give myself some room. And then this down here is a speed sensor. So I'm going to be extra careful with that. Yep, I can slide it out of here as well. Now I'm going to have some play in this to where I can move the steering knuckle out of the way. Big screwdriver helps. There. Now, if you can look right here, you can see where this CV axle failed or is failing. Is the dust boot ripped on it and grease came out, sand went in, and that's why I was making all that noise. And you can see I pushed it out just with my thumb, and I can pull the CV axle out. But on this vehicle, only this portion of the CV axle comes out. There's a portion that goes into the transmission. That doesn't come with this CV axle. You got to put it together. So I'm going to break this band right back here, and I'll be able to pull this CV axle out this way. Well, the way I do that is take a screwdriver, and I'm going to lift up on this band here in order to take this thing out. Come out of there. You see where I've got the screwdriver underneath it enough that it starts coming apart. I'm just going to twist till it pops off. There. Now that it's gone. Now I learned this last time. Put a pan under, because that CV axle grease may be liquefied pretty good and it may come up pouring out. So here we go. There it goes, coming out. And that is how this CV axle comes out. And look, you can tell it's starting to fail because you can see it actually just came apart. This girl was just, look at the needle bearings in there. This CV axle was maybe one more day on the route and it would have come apart. So this is garbage. I went in here and cleaned this out the best I could. Now, I don't have any brake cleaner with me. I would have probably been best to spray this with brake cleaner, but what I did, I took a clean rag that we didn't care about anymore. I went in there and just cleaned it all out and made sure there was no metal in there. So the first step in replacing the CV axle, once you got all that done, is take your grease packet. Now use CV axle grease, not just like grease that you do the joints with. Take it, and the easiest way is to go right up in here and just squeeze the entire contents out. Go ahead and get it up in there. All right, they're all in there. Take that glove off, and then take my new CV axle. As you can see, it doesn't have any grease on it yet. And all you have to do is get it up in these grooves, get it up in there, and then just move it back and forth, get that grease all in there, and as you can see, it's already starting to coat itself with grease. I'll do that just a little bit more. All right, now get this boot and slide it up on the CV axle housing. Need both hands. This side's being a booger, all different kind of ways. Let me get it in this part right here. Kind of hold it in place. There we go. Now I can use both hands and work this to where it's going to go in there. I can go ahead, if it makes my life a little bit easier, go ahead and put the steering knuckle up in here. May have to twist the axle a little bit to line it up with the splines. And you can go ahead and put a bolt in there if you would like, which I do. I can just line it up. There's a bolt in there. I'm just going to tap it in there. Okay, now I can get the CV axle boot on here. Normally they're not this difficult, but this one will be. My boot is now installed. Now this is the clamp that they have you, they supply you with. I really hate these things. You got to use a special tool to crimp it down. The major problem I have is I can't get that tool up in there. So why not make it easier? I'm just going to use a regular band clamp on here, like what you use for a heater hose, but like a really big one. And I got it down to about the size of it. I'm going to carefully slide it over the very end piece. And then I'm just going to clamp down on it. Now, some mechanics will use a like zip ties. I don't want this thing sliding off. So I'm going to use this clamp here. And then I'll use a wrench or a screwdriver. I can get in here real easy with this wrench. And then twist this and make it nice and tight. And you want to tighten it down to where, it gets really snug. Here's the finished work. There's the band clamp I have on there is nice and snug. That is just bent down, so as it spins, it's not going to grab on anything. It's not going to hit anything. It's not going to rip off. This is a nice tight seal, and I really enjoy it. Now, when you do this, try to go further to the edge, even if it overlaps on the end. That way it doesn't come this way and squeeze it out. So it is nice and tight, and we're never going to have an issue with that. Now, we're going to finish this up. All we got to do is put all the bolts back on. I already got the top bolt on the steering knuckle. So I'm going to get the bottom one on. I have to do a little wiggling there and then just tap it. Okay, now I'm going to put the nut and take my impact wrench and tighten these down. And I like to go on that so as far as it would go where it's not spinning anymore. Next, all of my little lines that I unhooked to give me some more room, I'm going to slide them back on their little notches. Oh, you're going to see it on this side here. See this right here? See, it looks like a U shape. Okay, take this and just slide it back into there, and it holds it in place. Let's not forget to put the big old 36mm nut, and I'm going to torque that down as far as it will go. Oh, let's put the rotor back on before we put the caliper bracket back on. And line up the holes with this. Where's that little stud? Put the caliper bracket back on. And then installed basically everything you saw me take off. We just reverse order and put it back on. Now this CV axle is on here. It's good to go. Now, just before I let you go, just know that you're going to probably need to get this thing, might need to get it aligned. So if you get in here and you start driving and it gives you all kind of, some errors like hill holder error and a few other things, then you just need to get this thing aligned and everything will go right back to normal. Mailman Mechanic. I hope this helped. If it did, please like and subscribe. See you at the mailbox.